What's going on, everyone? Rabid here, and I finally got more power. So past little while, if you guys have been following, you've seen I was trying to do some upgrades. I have a hole here now where my Ipollos used to be. They're moved over to the side a little bit, but let's just have a look here. So currently I got all my CPU rigs here, as well as those KD Box Pro and the whatever that other one is, the Mini Doge Pro. Yeah, those two are hanging out over here. I still got to get those ASICs moved over. But over here at the wall, I am now sitting at a safe level of about 3,700 watts. Now, previously I was hitting around the 6,000 watt limit, and at 80% on 30 amp 240, you should only be at about 5,700 watts. So I finally ran some cabling and we began building out the rack. So let's go over there and have a look. So over here, I do have some cable management to do. Obviously, it's not looking too hot, but I at least was able to move some stuff over and save some power over there and not be overloading any circuits. So over here, I have, what do I got over here? So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we got 5 of the Ipollo mini miners. Now, starting from the bottom here on this side, at the very bottom, I guess. So down here, this is the Ipollo V1 Mini Classic. So the worst one of them all, the 3.6 or 3.8 memory one. Up top is the ETC Classic Plus, and then we got the V1 Mini SE, and then the V1 Mini SE Plus, and then obviously the V1 Mini itself. Here's the KD Box 2, and then over here I got everything running. We got some veteran miner cables, so I do want to actually get more of those veteran miner cables. We're going to pick up some more of those sometime here, and I want to run everything off server PSUs, at least all this stuff. My GPUs are hanging out over here. They're currently turned off, but I might turn them on to test the waters here soon, but not yet. We got the Ingenious here hanging out for our Wi-Fi connector, and then it only has 8 ports, so I actually had to put in this little thing here until I can get the big bad boy, the 54 port or something over here. Once I start moving CPU rigs, I do have this PDU right here. It's kind of situated in the middle, a little off center. So I'm going to have this one here and then the other one right beside it. So they're both going to be kind of like this. And then I'll have both meters right there. So let's kind of have a look at my meter. You can see I have this wired in. This one's just hanging out here. Obviously it is not live. Okay, it's live. Just kidding. This one is not live, so nothing's going on there. But I have this one coming in here. So I did all the clamps here, kind of ran it up. You can see over top, around, and whatever, all that stuff. So I have those coming in here, and then I'm thinking of putting the other one, maybe the other meter box down here or something, and then they'll kind of be side by side. Now I'm waiting for the different colors, so I'm still determining how I want to set this up, but regardless, they're going to be right beside each other here with the 2 PDUs in the middle, and then I can just fill this thing out with all my CPU rigs, ASICs, and whatever else I need. But now total capacity would be 60 amps at 240 volts. So pretty much doubling what I previously had before with only the single 30 amp. Now I only have a single 100 amp service. So that's my limiting power there. I can't really utilize the whole thing, or I might not be able to run everything in the house. But the house doesn't really use that much power, but everything on at the same time may run into some issues. And sadly, I cannot update my service because everything is underground. So that part sucks, and it's extremely expensive to do so. I still have a few things I do got to do. Like obviously we got the JazzMiner Q. I want to slam that over there as well. I got those GPUs there. So I think I want to take out my 5700 XTs, maybe the 5600 XTs. And then I'll only be left with maybe 4 GPUs in there, and then maybe throw them online. I'll probably have 2 3060s and then 2 A2000s in there, and I'll use those for something once I, put those together and test it. So I'm thinking about just slamming that right on top of that OCTOMINER, and then I can squeeze that JazzMiner Q kind of in the side over there, and then I'll still have some room for, maybe another ASIC or something. Then hopefully I can just load that thing up with CPUs and whatever else. And then obviously I got my switch over here. So this is the actual switch I'm using. I got to get this bad boy over there as well. And then I got a whole bunch of extra cables and stuff I just ordered. So, it's a work in progress. At least we're seeing some stuff happening here. Awesome. And, getting ready for that next bull run. We have no idea what coin is going to take off, what we're going to be mining with, but it's nice to have a little bit of everything just so you're kind of, prepared for it. So everything is coming around not too bad. So let's actually, while we're here looking at newer stuff, let's kind of look at what I got going on over here now. Here is the JazzMiner X41U bathroom miner, just in the spare bathroom where no one really ever uses it or anything. But if we come down the hallway over to here, I kind of been working on my, I guess, studio part a little bit, where I plan on trying to do maybe some product showcases. So my lights are still way down in there, used for that, so they're not in here right now. But I got this guy up here kind of coming down, and then, you know, we got my mask. I'm missing one. I don't know where I put it. And then we got, you know, we got some new breakout boards to try out here. This thing's pretty cool, actually. It's from Parallel Miner, but you can set up actually 4 different server power supplies, and then they're all intermingled, kind of like the smart OCTOMINER per se. So if you have, you know, a 1200 watt, 12, 12, and 12, it adds up, and then say this power supply dies, you know, these 3 will take over the load from there and eventually continue everything on. So it continuously keeps everything running, like what you see with those OCTOMINERs when they're hot swappable power supplies. We got the Hive mapper I got to do a video on. Obviously, we got a solo Bitcoin miner. We got a server power supply. This is my little B-Link node box. Check this out. So this is what actually I run my little Dero nodes out of, a Yata coin node. I also got an XMR node in there right now, and I'm currently mining through a proxy. I'm proxy mining XMR solo, going to my Ledger wallet into that little box right there. So that's pretty sweet. More details on that some other time, but I thought I wanted to come together here. Here's my kind of studio got going on. We got the green screen back there, and yeah, awesome, good stuff. So this is what's going on in the back of RabidMining YouTube right now. Well guys, thank you for checking out this video. A little update on what I kind of got going on in my mining shed, and as well as the background of the channel type of thing. So thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Rabid out.